out here. All right, let's see who we got here. We got Michael S. Super fan and Mark tries to carve. Heck yeah, y'all got the pirate figured out. So I got this dude drawn out of a, I don't know, 2.25 inch piece of pine plank. And at some point I'll cut these ends off so it's a little more straight and then try to add some weathering along through here. But this is going to be, I've never carved a skull in my life. So this is going to be kind of a little bit of a project. So we're going to find out how it goes. What's going on, Michael? Glad to see you, bud. But anyway, that's what I got, man. I'm going to dig this baby out, and I'm going to dig it out from here instead of shaping it out. I thought about originally cutting it out this way, but I think I want to do it more. I don't know. I could change my mind. I mean, one way or other, where's my screws at? Let's see. The screws are right there. Yeah, I think it's good. It's still in the head. I could cut it out just like that too. I don't know. But I think I want to stick with the flag idea and go from there, and we'll see how it comes out. So, all right, I'm going to get, already got the saw warmed up a little bit. Let's see how things are going to go. takes a little while. Little piece right here, and then just keep right on going. And as I go, I'll just keep working this down. Kind of anything I can do to just kind of bring this out more is what we're after. But hey, appreciate y'all being in there. Be sure to smash that like button. Time. Dig that dude out. It's got to pop out of there. But anyway, hope y'all doing pretty good. Be sure to smash the like. See who all we got here. We got Cheech. We got Roger Bendigo, Hana, Rhinestone, Susie Q, Dad, Woodchecker, Chucker. What's going on, guys? The Electric Whittler. Heck yeah. God see you guys. with wolves when I was young. They came when they were going out there to that post. I can't remember the whole story, but anyway, they came across this dead person skeleton with an arrow sticking in it, and the guy said, "Now I bet you somebody back home wondering why don't he write." Anyway, that's what I think of when I see a skeleton. so far. I need to take a drink and drink something, or take a second and drink something. Heck yeah, got a little Dos Aggies right down the Miller Lite, and it's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. Anyway, sometimes you just gotta suffer through it and drink crappy beer. Hit that like button, would you? I was kind of thinking, if you look at the mouth, I mean, what do you notice here about this particular pirate? He had pretty good teeth. He never had to see the dentist. You know, that would have been kind of the rare pirate, you know, when it comes right down to it. seen that through my binoculars, I wouldn't come any closer. I can tell you that. All right, guys, be sure to hit that like button. I keep right on a rocking along. All right, I'm gonna go to the other one, which hasn't been started yet, but that's just kind of the way it goes. You know, that's what it is. The top's kind of tricky. I might end up just leaving this stuff in here for now and flipping it over and getting the rest of that. But way it is, I'll start. Oh, wrong saw. I grabbed a 16-inch bar. I don't know why. I'm dumb. Maybe it's because I'm dumb. I don't know. I knew that my beer is far enough away that I didn't have to worry about getting. There we go. That one I think I want that other bar for. Let me put some fuel in that one. I don't know. It's just kind of the way it goes. If I'm looking at the eyes and I'm going to gouge them eyes out with the chainsaw, I think I need this other saw. It's a little, not much, but a little bit tighter on the tip. Which, you know, that's what makes this bar also more prone to get hot and stuff, but it is what it is. Shake it up. Okay. Haven't used any of this fuel yet. Hopefully it don't blow it up. Hopefully I got it right. Away it goes. I'll tell you guys what. Yesterday, I took one more trip into place where I put a morel video out yesterday morning, and I went back to that place yesterday afternoon, and man, I found some big yellows, 2 gallons. I mean, it was 2 gallon bags filled up completely. So needless to say, there'll be another video, but there was already 2 more videos ahead of that one. So I got 5 weeks of morel videos total. Y'all gonna get sick of seeing morel videos, I'd say. All right, let's see if I get this thing around. Maybe. I might not be able to. Come on, baby. It's getting a little bit. A little boy, and by little boy I don't mean like 3 or 4, I mean like 10, 12, 13. I seen a skull. For whatever reason, it just creeped me out. I mean, did not like it at all. Never got used to them until, I don't know, about 49. Man, this thing's been acting funny. I don't know. I mean, it could have something to do with the dummy that put oil in. Just generally out of no reason at all. Yeah. I might just have to use that. Just for no reason. I don't know. And it'll fire right back up. got that tight stuff. Okay, yeah, so yeah, things just goofy. I don't know. Whatever. So I'm gonna have to cut them out with burrs, which that's no problem, but I need to take a lot of this off across here. I think I'll flip that thing to do that. It's just gonna make it easier. Or standing on its end or something along those lines. Something about like that maybe? I don't know. It's got 3 screws in it, so as long as I can clamp it, it's good. Okay, yeah, I think that'll be all right. I'll find out. You still see it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, I'll get it there, and then I'll pick it back up to do the burr work. All right, let's flip that back up. I'm happy with that. Looks good. Well, it looks okay. I don't say it looks good. It looks cool. By the time it's colored, it'll pop. It'll look all right. Somebody will buy it. Did I get that good? I don't know. Yeah, it feels pretty good. Okay, get this back on the phone. There we go. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm sweating like a Polaroid picture. Hey, Mike. Hey, Creation Dust. What's going on? Best chainsaw carver in the world right there, Creation Dust. Perry Lowe Jr., the Carving Wizard. Ray, what's going on? Ray and Sandy's. Heck yeah. Opath, what's going on? I'm a schmuck. Oh, I love that guy. Man, we got some things in common, okay? think I'm on the electric tools now. Oh, looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks better on the screen than it actually really looks, but I'm still happy with it. If that tells you anything, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't care. It's okay. Can't impress everybody. Shouldn't even try. I gotta unplug there. I meant to plug my phone in and charge it, and I drew out about the next 3 lives worth of stuff to do, and never charged my phone, so I had to plug it in there for a little while. It wasn't that bad. It just wasn't going to be good enough to press it and make it through a live where I didn't have to focus on it and be concerned. And now I don't have to be concerned. So I'm going to start with sanding. And it won't be the first sanding. There'll be 2 sandings, but sanding, and then I'll work on different burrs to bringing the teeth out and stuff like that. Tell you what, I think that would sand better if I burn it first. Let's find out. We just finally had enough sense to give me a striker instead of having to jack around out here with the lighter. And I tried it, and the first time, kaboom, thing was right on. But yeah, it's a little frilly, and when it's a little frilly, you're better off just to burn it first. That was a little wet. I didn't think it was going to be that wet, but it is. There it goes. I knew this tree here, this particular tree had been down since middle of last year, so I figured it would be a lot drier than it actually is. Kaboom! I'm gonna take a break from that mask. It rained here pretty good. About between 3 and 4. And then the sun came out, and it seemed like it was going to be nice and dry, despite all that rain. Well, that didn't last long. Yeah, it's pretty humid now. It's supposed to be pretty cool the next several days. Actually, I think tomorrow it's still supposed to be like normal, or maybe even a little warm. crazy how much difference that'll make in how it sings. Especially having a good torque, which I finally now have. Okay, let's get the singing to him again and see how this goes. I don't know if Susie Q's still in there, but we were watching Kyle Hall earlier before I had to get to work, and he was trying to sell us saber-tooth burrs, and it just, I don't care one way or the other. I just happen to have Kutzall. I don't know the difference. I happen to have Kutzall burrs because people that I know, Weedy Handyman, Joe Hyde, he sells them. And you can get them through his link, and you can get them through Susie Q's link. So that's why I have Kutzall burrs. But anyway, he was trying to sell the saber-tooth burr, and I thought, man, Susie Q's going to quit watching him if he keeps talking about that. But she's not like that. Yeah, I don't know what it was when I was a little kid, but skeletons used to scare me. I don't know. That's whatever. Look at this sissy. That was back in the days when you didn't worry about kids getting abducted and stuff, because once the abductors figured out how bad the kids would eat, they'd set them free anyway. Riding my bicycle from Columbus, Ohio to Chicago. Parents be like, okay, we'll see him in a couple weeks. Alright, finger sander and then teeth. I'm going to finger sander first. I better leave that out there because I might end up needing that again. Yeah, use this to clean up the eye holes and just in them pockets I can't reach. But it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool on there. And that's the first time I tried to make a skull. So, you know, I'm happy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not taking up being a witch doctor or anything like that. We got a pirate show coming up. And figure at least be a good idea to have a few piratey things, you know? Yeah. I'm digging this curve. I know it's getting awful dark behind me though. Okay. Yeah, it's getting awful dark. Like I'm about to get hit with some more weather. I'd say I probably got time to finish this though. All right, I'm gonna get some pointy burr first. Dig his teeth out. See how this goes. Then I might need that again, the finger sander. But we shall see. I just knew this has been a fun little project. And what do we got? We've been on here how long? A little over an hour. Not too bad, not too good. We'll take it. Okay. Let's give this guy some teeth. If I can remember how to turn it on. track horse burr. I hope everybody's doing pretty good. I appreciate you sticking with me through this. I know this one's probably kind of boring, but I don't know. I got some other stuff coming up too. I want to make a parrot with a sign that says it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I want to make like a like it's either going to be a gnome or like a little Bigfoot person or something like that that's coming out of a log, like he's sticking his head through it. I haven't made up my mind which one I want to do, but anyway, whatever. Always lots going on. All right, let me burn that and see if I'm happy with it or not. I don't know. I haven't marked it yet, but I can tell you I'm gonna mark this one, that's for sure. I like it enough as a car, for how it came out that I'm gonna mark it. How about that? If I didn't care or didn't like it, I might not care as much. Let's see. It don't matter to me right now if it's burned or not because I'm gonna paint it. It's gonna get colored anyway. So I can see I need to take some of that line out of there and clean those teeth up with the finger sander. So let me do that real quick. And we shall be happy, I think. Other than I'm going to hit the market. I don't know what I'm going to do Tuesday, but I have a rare Wednesday where I'm able to carve tomorrow. And so tomorrow night, whenever Creation Dust gets done, he usually quits at 6. I'm going to pick up where he left and keep right on going with something. All right, clean these teeth up. It's a new kind of toothbrush. Look at that. Look at that. It's got fluoride, so it wipes it right away. It's just like eating a whole box of baking soda. Oh, all right. Let me take that and put it in these two. And then I'm going to mark this dude on the back of it real quick. But anyway, that's my plan. To be back in tomorrow. Let's see if this thing will run now. I'll say it will. Maybe. Yeah, it may not, too. I don't know. I just noticed I had the wrong PPE on. Yeah, you're not. Okay, I'm putting the right PPE in. Boy, it sure looks like it's getting ready to. Hopefully the boss lady's phone doesn't pick up my, she just started her car up. I know it's got fuel, yeah. It's just wanting to activate. Well, that's easy. Good enough for me. I got to burn that. But other than that, I'm happy with it. Stick this thing back in here. It's getting pretty low light, too. Just so cloudy, I turned the lights on in there. That did brighten that up just a little bit, didn't it? Okay, I'm burn that backside a little bit. But anyway, anywho, hopefully she didn't steal my sound. Even if she did, it'll disconnect itself. Maybe this thing will catch on fire. What's that? Yeah, I've just been running a little in because I ain't used to having this kind of torch power. It's just phenomenal. I mean, I can't complain about it at all. Okay, and then, hey, at some point in time tonight, I'll be announcing our other member, new member, Old Path Woodworks Plus. New member of the channel, glad to know him as well. What's going on, Wizard, Checker, Michael S, Superfan, Baby Kisses, awesome member. Heck yeah, let's see, you guys shop withstood the storm. Oh yeah, well, I can't say it would never happen, Baby Kisses, but what I can say is the way where we live, we're like tucked up in against this hill, like on the north side. And the wind does wrap around through here, but the way this hillside sticks out, I don't get a lot of it. So, I mean, I can hear it in the trees and everything else, but a lot of times it just don't get to, it don't get to where I'm at. And it was getting a little darker though. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's get a little close up this guy. It's not bad. It's the first time I ever carved a skull. It could be better, but it could be worse. And by the time we paint it and stuff, you know, somebody will buy that stupid thing. It is what it is. Hey, Matthew, what's going on, buddy? Glad to see you. Heck yeah. But yeah, it's just the way we sit back here in the hill. It doesn't mean we can't get nothing. But yeah, I'd say by the time it's dried out and we painted it, it'll look pretty decent. But we kind of got to stick this Pirate Festival theme somewhat. That's what that pirate, the shark, and the mahi, you know, trying to stick with those kind of fish. He's going to get a cross cones painted on him. Anyhow, I'll show you The other thing I got in mind, is this the right one? Yeah. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a parrot in there, and it says there's 5 o'clock Sunday somewhere there, and it's another stand-up piece, or it could be a wall piece. And then I got this, I'm not sure if it's a Bigfoot or a gnome, but it's like coming out of that log. That's the idea. And I'm not in a hurry to make that one. I want to stick to the pirates and outdoors theme, really, more than anything. Yeah, I can hear it now. I can hear here, we'll walk down here real quick. Y'all hear all that thunder? It's like constant roar. Hey, I never told y'all I'm a semi-competitive axe stirrer. Here, I'll prove it. Okay, I'm gonna just, these are all gonna bounce off and fall on the ground. It just show you how good I am, right? Yep, see what happens there? Told you. Okay, anyway, I stuck one. All right, anyhow, that's what happens when you're holding the phone and you're bragging about you're semi-competitive. No, I'm not. But anyway, it's pretty dark over there. Kind of is what it is. Let's see what we got. Heck yeah, old Pat. Yeah, I'm just reading a little bit there. Yeah, little Jimmy Buffett. To me, I mean, same people go to Pirate Festival are the same people that would hang out with Paris and drink margaritas and rum and stuff like that, and want to act like they're on an island somewhere. So yeah, kind of sort of something like that, But anyhow, pop back up here to the skull one more time, and the stuff we got in here from distance, I think it looks pretty good. Pirate flag, that's my pirate flag. It is what it is. In fact, let me snap a picture. I don't think I can. There we go. I can work with that later. And here's our little pirate head to be made Sunday morning. And we had 25,000 people tune in to watch us make that. I thought that was pretty cool. Anyway, that's what we got. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow evening, right after Creation Dust, or within a half hour of right after Creation Dust, as long as he's doing the 6 o'clock, what he normally does. And heck yeah, let's see. Bear, she does rattle off a lot. Yeah, who are you talking about? I better not make a comment. All right, but anyway, y'all, that's what I got. I'll leave you guys alone until tomorrow. Come back when you can stay later, yes.